Good morning, y'all. Just want to give you an update about the CBP hiring process. Well, I yesterday, as of August 12th, today is August 13, 2019. I got an email from CBP personnel, and they kicked back my equip and the medical evaluation. So, and it's funny. Uh, I kind of need. I kind of well. I expected this from coming, so it's no. It's nothing new to know. But yes. So they need further evaluation to be done on me. So they send me an attachment on the email, a packet of about 34 pages, and in that packet. Each there's different like if you submit any VA, or if you have any VA disability or any medical issue or health issue, and specifically the VA, you know how they have listed what you were compensated for. So they go based on that. Um, and also if you're taking medications, they also have big concerns if you're taking a drug that it's a medication, a prescribed medication that may affect your cognitive uh, processing. Again, this is something that I was expected to see. I was also in the medical field. I was doing nursing. Well, I guess I'm gonna go back to that. Um, So there are things that I can finish this. I can get this done. I can get the medical providers, psychologists. What else? If like I have sleep app, guess what? That has to be evaluated as well. So that's something that you have to really think of, and have money. I mean, have money to pay for these things to be done and completed by your providers, medical providers. So it would be a challenge. If you don't have the money, then where can you go? Or if you have insurance, more likely you can get it done too. But in my case, I have the VA. The VA have told me, has the VA provider have told me before that it's out of their scope, so they won't even try to fill out any paperwork. So keep that in mind. If you do have any medical providers who are willing to help you, then go for it. But the VA is not there to help you. It's actually there to kind of tell the truth. I mean, if you get compensated for something, I'm at 100% with the VA. I mean, when it comes to disability. So um, most of those compensations, they're gonna hurt me, in the process. So what I just did with with that email, I checked it all. I'm checking it right now. It's 34 pages. So I have headaches that I need to get evaluated, mental health. So talk to a psychologist, have this psychologist or psychiatrist fill out these forms. And it's a lot. They really asking a lot, like very, very deep. And I understand that I'm not like, oh, no, you invading my privacy. Well, if you want to get the job, more likely you need to open up your doors. Your personal life needs to be like, and it comes to even medical. Yeah, and in my case, I know what I have. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know that, but then, if things like this, you as a veteran is going through this, and you know that you have things that may affect you, anywhere. And when it comes to law enforcement or any high position job where they require a medical review, it's gonna hurt you. So the two medications that I'm taking also, they need to be um, they need to be um, evaluated because of cognitive function purposes, and then or concerns. I would rather put it that way. So I have two medications, and on top of that, I also have IBS, um, which is irritable bowel syndrome. But that was diagnosed in the Army, and they need a copy of all related past medical history records. That's something I can definitely get. I do have those medical records, but it's like about this much. So from the military alone, that was back from 2009 to 2013, and then they want also the VA. The VA, I haven't really seen much about anything really, but I can only tell you that. And I even tell my doctors I don't think I have IBS, but whatever, you know. But who doesn't have stomach problems, you know? But back or still, I don't know, but back in the Army or even in the VA, they diagnose you with anything. I mean, you tell them, "Oh, my foot hurts," and they immediately make a diagnosis of broken foot without even doing an X-ray. I'm in just keep in mind that I'm in the medical field, and in order for being a studying nursing, in order for a doctor or a nurse, and in this case, in my case, in order for me to do a nursing diagnosis, I can't just go based on your symptoms or your well, for me, yes, based on your symptoms, right? But it's all based on my knowledge, right? So and how do I connect all the dots? But doctors, in order for doctors to do any kind of diagnosis, they need to do further evaluations, such as if your foot hurts, let's do an X-ray. Let's say if your foot isn't broken or if any ligaments are broken, right? So if they don't do that, most times doctors don't have the time. They just go ahead and write it out in your medical records and ruin your life and continue moving you forward with that. And then more likely, and most times, they give you medications for whatever. So I have that experience, but most times I have confronted them. I was like, hey, I want you to help me. Can you do this? So you as a veteran, you can speak for yourself. You can act on your own behalf. You advocate for yourself. And that's what I do for myself. I don't really listen to doctors. I just be like, okay, how about we go this route before you even assume that I have that. So it's all that. It's actually 3 medications that I have to. So if you have TBI as well, you have to get that reevaluated. They need copies of all past records related to that medical issue. So be willing and wanting to to provide all those medical records and copies of all of it. So that is something that I can get done. Again, it's a headache, and I don't want to go through the headache. Right now, I have my wife in the hospital. I don't have money like that to be spending to see a private provider. I can get it done. I can get it squared away, but I'm not gonna waste my time or waste their time when I know for a fact that at the end of the day they're gonna give me a no-go. It's just a fact. I don't want to go through that stress. Right now I'm stressed enough, and financially I'm not there. So you have all those resources, go for it. They also require me to do the vision, where I already did the vision part, but I guess they want you to do your own at your own expense. So yeah, I mean, it's only one piece of paper. It's not a lot. I mean, they just kind of have to do an eye exam, I guess. That's what it looks like. It is pretty easy to get done, but again, to go to a optometrist, it takes about $100 to $200, $300 for one visit. And if there's no complication, then you just move forward. Like I said, a sleep app, I have that issue, so I have to provide a lot. I mean, I can provide it. It's easy. It's only a few documents, but they say they need like if you're using CPAP machine, you have to submit 3 months of compliance data from the last 3 months. So, ha, I don't go see my sleep app people in a while. I do have my sleep app machine. Yeah, I use it, but I'm not really tracking of anything right now. So that would be a challenge for me because for the last 3 months, I haven't got anything checked. So they can look at my memory card and they can go based on that. Yes, I know that. But again, the VA is not going to be able to use this forms and fill it out. I don't think they'll be willing to because it's out of the scope, and they're not there to provide or fill out paperwork that it's out of their question. You know what I mean? So they're not there to do any physical. They're not there to do any examinations for someone else, and that's what this pretty much is. It's for their own thing, for their own people, and not for anyone else outside of their facility. So like I said, IPS, I got that. So, and then they also wanted me to do the military discharge because, like I said before, I don't think I mentioned it, but I was medically discharged from the military in good terms. So I have I definitely have a DD-214, honorable discharge. So they're also asking for related records such as a medical board, discharge, summary notes. I have that. And then also, lastly, the VA disability, because I have not several, like 3 or 4 VA disabilities claims that I submitted. But I submitted the last 2, which pretty much is everything that I submitted. But some of them that I've submitted a claim for, they were kicked back, and it was just the same exact rating. So nothing really changed. So they wanted to see all of my completed VA disability rating decision documents to include part 1 and part 2. So they want to see why the rating was given and the percentages and everything else that they want to see. Honestly, it all comes down for me personally. That is too much to ask. It's like giving, I don't even trust my mother to give all this documentation to. And it all comes down to you. If you're willing to give it all, when you know for a fact that you're going to get a no-go, then don't do it. You don't do it. Like this guy, what's his name? Navy SEALs. He said it. I mean, he tried everything, but he submitted it, but then things got delayed, and he used the VA, and I would not want to use the VA. I would not. I don't have the money to be spending right now on visiting doctors, private providers, and no, I don't have that. I cannot afford that at this moment, even now, because they give me a month to complete this, a month. So it's okay. I mean, like I said, I completely and honestly understand why they're doing this, but I sincerely don't see myself going any further after getting this done. Why? Because they have doubts. They have big concerns, and even in one of the pages says, and if I can go back to that one page, that it says, let me see. Actually, it was over here. Um, it says medical information obtains, which they obtained, they received, has caused concern that you may not be able to perform the full range of duties essential to the position without endangering self or others. So that's what the CBP, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, have sent me. It says, you have been tentatively selected for a U.S. Customs and Border Protection position. Medical information obtained has caused concern that you may not be able to perform the full range of duties essential to the position without endangering self or others. The following issue was identified during the pre-employment medical examination. Additional information is recommended. So that whole paragraph, it's just like, it's either you choose it to go forward with this or you just stop it. So what I did with that, after I went through all these forms and try to see what I can get done fast or what I cannot get done in the moment, and then I read that and I was like, And then I was like, God, I prayed to God. I was like, God, guide me in the right direction because I need to know what to do now. So I was sitting in the hospital at my wife's bedside. I asked her, I was like, hey, so what do you think I should do? And she was like, choose wisely. You know what to choose. It's painful, but you can do it. And I said, I know what I can do, and I know I'm capable of doing a lot. And this is a lot. This is a lot to ask. This is a lot to give. This is a lot to even try. Trying. Like, as I said in my other video, you can try, and the best you can do is just try, and the worst you can get is no, right? But you can stop and no for going further, and at the end you're gonna get a no anyway. So it's one of those things that you really have to decide on your own, and it's pretty clear and obvious. So at this point, I just decided to discontinue. I sent them already an email, and I thanked them for the opportunity that was given to me for being selected, even considered as a candidate for the CBP. I kindly send them that message, that email. I said, unfortunately, due to that I have to get all this paperwork done, I really don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your resources when I know that there's going to be negative outcomes and guarantee a no-go. So I was honest with myself, and you have to be honest to yourself too. So you can't expect them to be direct or forward with you when they're just going to go through the process. They're going to make you go through the process. They're going to make you go through their process, and it's completely understandable. But do you want to allow them to put you through that process? You know what I mean? So it's like, do I want to go through that stressful time? I don't think so. I already have enough stress in my life where I'm like, okay, that's enough. So I said it to myself, that's enough. And it's all good. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not disappointed. My life goes on. I have better things to take care of. And I know God has a purpose for me. And this is not a purpose that He wants me to do or get done. So with all that, that's it for right now. If you have any questions, I have nothing else to post. This is my last video, I guess. If this would help you in the process, veterans, you do what you can. You do what you want. It's up to you at the end of the day. You choose what you want to be and where you want to be and what you want to choose. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful life. Don't get disappointed. Try other things, and things will get better. Thank you. Have a good one.